What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I'm here to review They Say It's a Big Rich Town, cause I just come from the poorest part. I'm talking about Power Book 2 Ghosts. This is Season 3, Episode 10, which is the season finale, titled Divided We Stand. Did y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend? I surely did. My friend came into town on Friday. I watched Power Book 2 Ghosts on Friday. Then my friend came in from out of town, so I had to chill and call them and deal with them. And then I fell asleep, so that's why I didn't get the video up. And then Saturday, I had a performance at Ashford and Simpson's Sugar Bar. I did the shoe up the wah. I did all my shoe up the wahs. I had a good performance. That was great. You can check that out by checking out my videos. I got some footage that I put them. I'll be putting some more songs and stuff up. I did about 5 songs. That was cool. That was really great. So check my shorts and check the other videos. You'll see that there. And then, of course, you know, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm an uncle, I'm a friend. So I had to hang out with my family and friends for Memorial Day weekend, which was great. We had a good time Sunday and today as well, Monday. And here I am with my friends, my YouTube friends. So shout out to all you, my lovely people. I'm talking about folks like the R.C. Kroger, Savannah Rivers, Amore Dupree, Tayon's World, Lamont Simpson, Deb's World, Oh Boogie Baby, Quentin Baptiste, Bria, Kryptonian Black, and we have somebody that I haven't seen before, Brooklyn Scott. Shout outs to you. And Brooklyn Scott said that, you know, from the thumbnail of last week's video, she thought that it was Freaky Zeke doing a review of Power. But she said, but she enjoyed the video anyway. So I'm glad, Brooklyn Scott, that you enjoyed the video. Thank you for taking the time to watch and come back. Come back. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video with other people. Let's keep it going and growing. And I thank you. So we got that out the way. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Oh, here I go, always singing stuff, right? So let's get down to this episode. Effie's in jail. Tariq is trying to find his mama. Monet is trying to get back on track. So what does she do? She has to go to Noma, and we get Monet and Noma finally meeting. But this was not the meeting that I was looking for and that I was hoping for. I thought it was going to be one of those clashes, because at the top of the season, when they introduced us to her, I was like, this is a tough, ruthless woman. And I'm like, she's going to meet Monet. I can't wait for them to meet, because I thought it was going to be some bang, 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 bang. But no, it ain't that. Right now, Monet needs her, and Noma needs her because she needs to move her weight. But Noma was like, hold on, before we get into any business. She showed her the ring. She said, what happened to Mecca? I need to know what happened to Mecca. And, she's like, listen, what's all this you want? Because I know that your son, your nephew's son, that was really your son, that was by Mecca and all this other stuff. Did you kill him? And in so few words, Monet really didn't answer that question and all that. And then they went into this whole thing. They were going back and forth. And, she was proposing what she can do for getting things moving. She can get the kids under control. And then Noma took a stab at it. She said, listen, I personally would not have my children even knowing that I was in this type of business. Why you got your kids in that? I'm like, you had to take the low blow, huh, Noma? Well, Noma, you still a cold-hearted snake, and you still an evil crime lord just like she is. So, I mean, don't get all judgy now about keeping the kids out of it. What different? You still killing people. You killing people's daddies and mamas every day. So what different? You hurting families yourself. The nerve of you. Then we see her slash up Obi because he didn't tell her some no, let's stop trying to say the word because I'm messing it up. He didn't provide. I know how to say the word, but let's just go. He did not provide her with the right information that she wanted. So she's like, you know what? All of that. So anyway, she slashed him. I said, yo, this woman is cruel, but you're going to tell. They're all cold and cruel anyway. That's just how it goes. So we also saw in this, let's stick on that situation right now. So now Monet has control and she confronts the crew to let them know, I'm in control. I'm in control. I don't care. Get your stuff together. Yes, I killed your daddy. You're going to have to get over it. Drew, you're going to have to get over it. Y'all go find Diana. What's she called? What's his name? Kane. This is how it's under me now. I'm under Noma put me in charge. This is what it is. That's basically what she told all of them. And the kids were pissed off about that. And then we seen Monet confront Tariq. Let me speak to you outside. You told my kids that I killed their daddy. Tariq didn't do that, but she thinks he did. And Tariq is pissed off, and she's making all kinds of threats to him. This and that. I know you told. He said, what are you talking about? I didn't tell him nothing. So then, as she's going to leave, as Monet is going to leave, Tariq gets in his car. He's following her. He's about to go pop Monet. But as he's about to do that, here comes Tommy. And Tommy interrupts him. And it's like, okay, but now before we get into that, let's say why Tommy comes back. Tommy is like, you went to see my mother? Because earlier in the episode, Tariq went over to Tommy's mother's house looking for Tommy, trying to get some answers because he didn't know where his mother was at. He didn't know where Tasha was. And that was good to see. It was good to see Tommy's mother in this episode. It was someone from the original season, someone to see somebody from the original Power, I should say, not the original season, from the original Power. Someone to see, good to see her on this. And she's like, oh, Tariq, I remember when you was a baby. Oh, listen, you're not like your parents. Come on, put the gun down. Come on inside. I don't know where he's at, but she gives him some really good information. She tells him, she says, listen, I know some Monet lady came over here and gave me a letter to give to Tommy to say where such and such. So that's how Tommy got that letter to know where Tasha was, because Monet gave him, or so we thought it was Monet, gave Tommy's mother the letter, this, that, and the third. So now back to Tommy confronting Tariq and stopping Tariq. He's like, don't make any stupid moves. Going after her right now don't make no sense. You need to chill out. You need to stop. You need to calm down. And he was right. This is not the time. That's not how you handle this. So Tariq is like, where's my mother? He said, I don't know. But then we find out what actually happened. And one of y'all was right. Somebody said this to me. Remember in last week's episode where it ended with them at the safe house. Tariq thinking he was defending his mom, trying to stop Tommy from shooting her. But apparently Tasha and Tommy made amends because Tasha is the one who knocked Tariq out. And then that caused her and Tommy to reconcile. She told him, listen, I had to kill my best friend because she was going to snitch on you. Yeah, I know you loved her, but she was going to snitch on you and destroy everything. Son, she was going to do. That's what she told Tommy. She's like, we family. They worked all that out. So they worked all their situations out. So now they're cool. They're good. And that's that. But so Tommy told him, be smart about this, Tariq. Don't be dumb. Be smart about this. You cannot do that. You need to be smart about this. You cannot just go and pop her like that. It's just not going to work like that. So now back to the Tejada children. They're pissed off. And one of my favorite scenes in this episode, which made me laugh, was Kane. Because they feel Diana's in her feelings. Drew is in his feelings. And rightfully so, because your mother had your father killed. Your mother's manipulative and evil and straight from hell. But Kane is just as cold and crazy as her. Kane was like, he said, listen, you ain't gonna be no sorority girl, talking about Diana. And my favorite part is when he told, he told Drew, you are not gonna be a basketball wife. That was ignorant. That was real ignorant. It made me laugh. And homophobic too. But that was ignorant too. He told me, you ain't gonna be no basketball. Well, that was a dig at his sexuality. He told me, you ain't gonna be no basketball wife like you wanna be. I'm like, that made me laugh. I thought that was hilarious. So that had that going on, but then we see Drew and Diana got their own little conversations going on. And she's like, oh, they think they're a step ahead of us. He ain't nothing either. She said, listen, okay, we gonna play the game. So Diana and Drew are in cahoots with each other, going through things. So also we see Councilman Tate. He wins his race. Congratulations to him. And now he's proposed to Harper. That was good. But then Harper gets turned off because at the celebration we see she overhears Harper and Davis talking, because Davis is like, listen, I'm going to need you to help us get Effie out, because we got to get Effie out. They got to get Effie out of that jam. Make sure nothing gets up. Get help with that. Not Effie. Help with Diane. Make sure nothing happens with Diana and all that. Drop that. I need you to get these things dropped. All this behind the scenes stuff. And she overhears that and she gets turned off by that. So that's going to be interesting next season, how they handle all of that. But that was really interesting right there, because, you know, he's telling her, listen, I need you to help with this whole Diana thing and all that. Speaking of Effie, Effie's in jail. Monet had already told Tariq, you need to try to, we got to get rid of her or something. We'll try to speak to her. He went in there to speak to her, and Tariq went in there to speak to Effie, and he's telling Effie about he needs a picture. And then she's like, listen, if you get me out of here, I can get you the picture. I can get you the picture that you want if you can get me out of here. I can get you the picture of Noma's daughter, because he's like, that's the way we get out of this thing, and we threaten Noma's daughter, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm not trusting none of this. I don't know if any of that is going to work. And we see Effie, they were trying to kill off Effie, and you saw when she was in jail, they switched the cells, and that homegirl came in there with that knife, but Effie is tougher than they thought. Effie handled that really well, didn't get harmed, so that was good. And then we seen, I don't know, she was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit in this episode. Lauren with her ideas of what she wants to do. She's like, well, maybe if I go in here and talk to her, I can get her to flip. That really didn't work. She had that whole conversation with Effie. Effie was pretty much like, listen, it wasn't personal. It was just business. And, you know, listen, you have a life of privilege. I don't feel sorry for you. And that girl who's playing Effie, she's doing a good job. She's like, I don't feel sorry for you. Whatever. I don't feel sorry for you. So what they do come up with a plan, which is crazy. They do come up with this plan to get Effie and everything squashed. So what they're going to do is they had Tariq tell Lauren to come meet them. And I was like, Lauren, you so stupid. I was like, she's going to get killed for real. But what they did was Kane and them roughed up Lauren's parents, who decided to come back into town. I don't know why. They roughed up Lauren's parents. And they threatened her with that, like, listen, you see how easy it is to touch your parents? You better change your story. Change your story so that way Effie can go free. You know, if people can go free, they don't have no case. Change your story. And that's exactly what Lauren did. She changed her story. She embarrassed Sullivan in there. She said when Sullivan they was, you know, in the courtroom, and Sullivan said, didn't you say it was this one? She said, no, you told me to say that. But of course she had to say that because they got to her. So Sullivan's case is being blown and destroyed because it's like, damn, somebody got to her. And that was crazy. Now, you know what got me with Tariq in this episode too? You had the nerve to try to call Lauren, because apparently Lauren is free now. Lauren is out of witness protection, but her and her family are moving on and leaving. He called her and she didn't answer, and rightfully so, because come on, y'all playing too many games here. You got Kane over here with this whole thing of kidnapping my family. It's too much, and I don't blame him. It's too much. Leave him alone. Go find you somebody more your speed. You don't need this. It's too much. So who knows? You know how this show is. She may pop up. You never know. You know the twists and turns in this show, but I thought that was really good. And another thing that made me laugh, we see the trouble at the Weston's home. And y'all see how the Tejadas, Kane, and Monet just walked up in there. They took some paintings, some fancy paintings off the walls from the Westons. Kane took Homeboy's watch, Braden Brothers' watch, and that was crazy. They're mourning the loss, the death of their uncle, which we know Braden is the one who pushed him and all of that. And that was interesting too. And then we saw with that, the family dynamics with how they're still focused on the drug dealers things. And Braden was right. Braden said, y'all talking about the drug dealing and the people I'm in, but what your brother was doing was way worse and just as bad. We selling drugs over here, but this whole Ponzi scheme and all this criminal stuff he's doing was just as bad. And I was like, wow, that was a good scene right there. That was really crazy, and it was crazy. That was really crazy right there. And I was like, okay, yeah, they did good with that. So after that, we see Braden and homegirl, who he thought he still got a little feelings for her, and she's not stupid. She was his uncle's right hand woman, and she says to him, she says, it's not like your uncle to just disappear. I told you where he was, and now it's not like him to just give up. He wasn't a quitter. Now he's doing a suicide note. She's like, I'm not like him. He said, what are you trying to say? She kind of got scared. I think she was originally implying what you do to him. When Braden confronted him, was like, well, what you trying to say? What are you saying? She said, no, I think maybe it's dangerous. Maybe you should leave too. You need to leave too. You need to get away, blah, blah. That was a good save right there. But poor Tariq, what's going on with him? He knows his mother. He knows that, he doesn't know where she's trying to figure out where she is. Lauren ain't dealing with him. And then Braden tells him, I want out of the game. I don't want nothing to do with this, because he was saying he could go after, let's go after, we could try to get Noma. He said, look, I don't want nothing to do with this, trying to go after Noma's daughter. I ain't built for this. I killed my uncle. I ain't built for this crap. I can't do it. So that was interesting. That was really good too. And I'm sitting there like, damn, this is really good. This show had just so many twists and turns that you didn't see coming. Then we see Diana go over to Tariq, and she tells Tariq, listen, I need you to help me kill Monet. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go over to the house. We're going to be sitting in the car, whatever. You come and your guns are blazing. You take her out like that. And I could tell my brothers that I didn't see what happened. Somebody shot her, this, that, and the third. So Tariq is down with this plan. Let's do this. You get her out of here, because he wants her out of here anyway. And Monet and Diana have this conversation. And they had a heart-to-heart, mother-to-daughter conversation. She's telling her she loved her, and she know things sound horrible, and the life that they were brought into, and she was so hard on her the most, and I love you. And they having this mother-daughter moment. And Tariq, he getting ready to do his thing. And here comes another car pulling up, busting shots. Why is it Tasha? Tasha coming to the rescue to take Monet out. Monet gets hit, but Monet covers Diana. So it's like, oh, this is crazy. It was Tasha. It was Tasha. And so now they're at the hospital, right? And they're trying to see if she's going to survive. And Diana tells Kane that it was Tariq that shot Monet. And it's like, then we learn, and they do a little flashback, that Diana and, like I said, Diana and Drew are in cahoots to just get everything going. So it's like, listen, we get Tariq to kill mommy, and then we tell Kane that Tariq did it, so now Kane could kill Tariq, and then we got that. That's how we take all that down. So I'm like, yo, nobody can be trusted. Nobody can be trusted. These people are cold-blooded, cold. I was like, okay, that's what we doing here. So I'm like, this is crazy. That was really that was really crazy. Then we see Tariq having this conversation with his mother, and she's explaining to him, what you gotta make this right. You gotta get in and make certain moves. Go to Noma yourself. This, that, and the third. So now Tariq goes to Noma, and when he gets to Noma, and Obi and the crew is there, he is in for a surprise. The Tejada children are there. Oh, Effie'S there, because Effie's scorned and pissed off, because earlier when he went and picked Effie up when she got out of jail, he picked her up, right? He turned her off because she said to him, can we start again? He said, I can never trust you. I don't want to mess with you. I don't want to start with you. And he was like, but you get in a car. She's like, I ain't getting in no car with you. I'll find my way. I knew right then. I said, you can't trust that Effie. Effie gonna get revenge. So this is what happens. They all confronted him. They telling him they tell Noma that Tariq is the one who shot Monet, and the Tejada kids are right there. Kane is ready to take him out, and here come Effie, and he's like, because Tariq is like, he pulled his one card. He said Noma's daughter's name. He's like, you know, your daughter such and such. She said, oh yes, I know about that. Effie told me. Effie walks out there. Yeah, I told her. And I said, see, look at that. It can't be trusted. She said, yeah, I told her. Now what? And my daughter's been moved. And she was, then what's name was like, Kane been wait. I've been waiting for this to pop Tariq. And I was like, we know it ain't going to happen. Next you know, the lights go down. Who comes to the rescue? Braden came to the rescue. Braden started busting shots, and then they get out of there. And he's like, he says to Braden, how did you know what was going to go down? He said, Obi called me because Obi needed a favor. And I guess Obi mad of them, getting, reprimanded and cut up by Noma. He's like, you know what? I'm going to have to let Tariq know, especially Tariq got me them green cards. So he's like, you know what? I got to let him know. So he told Braden. So Braden to the rescue, even though he said he didn't want nothing to do with this life no more. So now we have Tariq and Braden in the car driving off like Thelma and Louise together. And they're like, wait a minute. We done started a big war. So it's like all of them against Tariq and Braden. That's going to be interesting. I cannot wait for the next season because you never know how this show is going to go, the twist and the turns, what's going to happen. But what's what I like about the show. I thought it was a good season. I thought these last two episodes were doozy. I like last week's episode was more intense, but this one, I didn't see anything coming. Those twists, those turns, I wouldn't have never. I just didn't see it coming. Everybody's against them. All the twists and turns. Nobody can be trusted. But I thought it was a really good, solid season finale. It was a solid season. I cannot wait for season 4. But it was good. I enjoyed it. There's another part. Apparently, one of the police officers that are working with Sullivan and all of them, well, one of those that's working with Sullivan, is related to Paz. Remember Paz from the original Power? Right. She is the sister to Ghost's love interest that was killed in the original Power. And she's like, she would have been so proud of you, this, that, and the third, because he's following those footsteps. He got a letter. Paz's son got a letter from Sachs. He said, this is from Sachs, but we don't know what's in it. So now we got to wait till next season to see what is in that letter. I'm like, that is crazy. I love this show. It just, like I said, we got to figure out what's going to happen. What was in that letter, y'all? What did Sachs say to him? Man, I'm so mad I'm so mad this season. So I really enjoyed it. But that's all I have. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen next season? How is this all going to play out? Is Monet going to survive? We got to see next season. Is Tasha going to be back again next season? What's going to happen with, it's a lot going on, but it was a really good episode and a good season. So that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.